Hey y'all, and welcome to another video. This will be a unique one as it's full of old footage that I actually never got around to putting together. However, it is from one of my favorite trips and one of my favorite places in the US. So here's a little something. Welcome to my South Dakota vlog. Hope you guys enjoy. On day one, we decided to explore Badlands National Park. Now this place had some of the craziest and most dramatic terrains that I've ever seen. I felt like I had just walked into the planet Tatooine from Star Wars, which, as y'all know, I'm a huge nerd for. I couldn't wait to explore it. However, we did run into some weather conditions that were not suitable for hiking, so we waited in our car for a little bit until it passed over. Who would have thought it even rained here? As soon as it cleared up, we wasted no more time and began our hike. There were a lot of different trails to pick from, and we weren't really familiar with the area. So we just chose one that looked less crowded and one that had a medium distance. Here's a shot that kind of looks like a scene from Lord of the Rings. And here's a shot that looks like it's from the movie Black Hawk Down. Anyway, we kind of just wandered around and did our own thing, and had a lot of fun, even when we actually got lost for a little bit. We admired the landscape, we filmed our hands like Sam Newton, and took a look at the wildlife. Here's actually a video of my little brother running away from one of those big mountain goats. However, it was starting to get late. But luckily, we were coming to the end of the trail. All that we had to do was climb down this super steep hill. And it didn't help that the sun was going away. But instead of showing you, my family, and I trying to get down this hill very slowly, how about I show you a cinematic sequence with my favorite clips instead?
Deep in the ocean, dead and cast away, where innocence is burned in flames. 1,000,000 miles from home, I'm walking ahead, frozen to the bones. I am a soldier on my own, I don't know the way. I'm riding up the heights of shame. I'm waiting for the call, the hand on the chest. I'm ready for the fight and fate. Iron shocks stuck in my head. The thunder of the drums dictate.
I knew that the next day was about to be jam-packed, and so I was a bit too excited to sleep. I ended up getting up earlier than everyone else and decided to entertain myself by taking some shots of the cabin that we were staying at. This was a quaint place in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and it provided some of the most peaceful mornings. Once everyone was up, we all had our coffee and breakfast, packed in the car, and we're off. Our first stop was going to be to get a helicopter ride above the beautiful Black Hills. South Dakota actually had a lot of places where you could get helicopter rides. So we did a lot of shopping around and found one that wasn't too bad. I believe it was $50 a person. The wait wasn't long at all, and although it was a quick ride, you actually get some great views. You could even find a helicopter ride that'll fly you right up to Mount Rushmore. However, we went on foot because my parents have always wanted to witness this in person. It was pretty surreal to finally be able to see it. On our last day, it was finally time for one of the main attractions, and that is Custer State Park. Now this place has a recreation section, but it also has a wildlife section, and so we decided to go to the deep part of the park in order to take a look at these fluffy boys. We unfortunately missed the big bison roundup that they do every September, but we at least got to see them play around and roll around in the mud, which was pretty cool because I've actually never seen a bison before. Next, we drove to the other side of the park, and yes, this place is massive. But we actually did a little bit of research this time and decided to do the Black Elk Peaks Trail. I'll tell you why specifically in a little bit, but basically it was a moderate level hike and it was gonna take around 4 to 5 hours, which was perfect. The way to get there was a little bit rough with heavy turns and caves that we had to drive slowly through, but eventually we did find a place to park. First of all, I want to say that I cannot recommend this hike enough. Our entire way was covered in beautiful green and yellow colors and insane rock formations that made it all the more magical. In fact, it kind of looked like something out of Middle Earth. But the main reason that we decided to do this hike is because not only is there a super cool tower made out of boulders at the end, but it's also the highest point in all of South Dakota. After flying the drone for a little bit, it was time to finally explore the tower. I thought it would be a little bit creepier since it was kind of dark, but the sun was coming down and it was peeking through all the windows, which gave it a really cool vibe. At the very bottom of the tower was a secret door which led to the outside. So naturally, my cousin, my brother, and I decided to keep on hiking and see how far into the rocks we could get. Now, I'm about to show you my favorite pics and clips from Custer State Park, but it'll also be where I end this vlog. Lastly, I just wanted to say that South Dakota was an absolute dream. And if you were anything like me, you probably didn't originally have this in your destination list, so I encourage you to change that. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me, and as always, thanks for watching. It really means a lot. And if you feel like it, hit that like button. See ya.